Welcome again to Soccer 360. I am your host Ubongani Masilela. Now today we are looking at the Zimbabwe COSAFA Premier Soccer League, and we are also looking at the Namibia Premier League. Now, when it comes to the Namibia Premier League, we know that it's moving independent. Let me give you an example. For example, there is SAFA, the federation, and there is PSL, which is independently running the league in South Africa. And that's the same thing when it comes to the EPL, the Premier League in England. So that is the same. So in Namibia now also, they have not really now introduced who will be running that independently, but it will be running independently. Before, it was run by the NFA, Namibian Football Association. And it has not been super competitive. I mean, the league had to be closed in the season 2018-2019. And then, of course, there was COVID. It was closed and it was reopened in the 2022-2023 season. Ever since the Namibian Premier League had been open in the 2022-2023 season, nobody has won it except African Stars. African Stars won the 2022-2023. African Stars went on to win the 2023-2024. African Stars went on to win 2024-2025, and lately they won the 2025-2026 season. And from the look of things, it's not going to be too easy for African Stars moving forward because Iashoka Chula, one of the teams in Namibia which got position 2, they were runner-ups. They were runner-ups with just a single point, where Iashoka Chula had 57 points, while the champions, that is African Stars, were running at 58 points. From the look of things, yes, there are many players that are leaving Namibia because the Zimbabwean, the COSAFA Premier League in Zimbabwe is becoming more attractive. But most of the players who are leaving the Namibian Premier League are not necessarily from their main big team, that is African Stars, or their main best team also, which is currently African Stars. Of course, you do have Black Stars, you do have Iashoka Chula and them, but currently the big team, the so-called Mamelodi Sundowns of Namibia, is African Stars. So most of the teams in Zimbabwe and across, they are not necessarily signing players from the African Stars, the club African Stars, but they are signing players from other teams. So with that being said, it means African Stars is still intact and it's still going to dominate that particular league. Understanding that most of the Namibian players are leaving the Namibian Premier League, although the Namibian Football Association believes that the league will now be run better since it's going to be run independently. It's not going to be too much work. The Namibian Football Association, they will only be running the football, the women's Premier League, and the other leagues for junior structures. So while they believe that it's going to be better run, but most of these players are leaving, going to the Zimbabwean Premier League, which is quite very important because in the Zimbabwean Premier League, also some of the former PSL players who were best players, your Ovidio Karurus of this world, your Lambikani Mzava, your Kama Billiards, your Knowledge Musona, I mean, who are playing for Knowledge Musona Kama Billiard, playing for Scottland FC, the very Scottland FC that is actually going to be playing against Kaizer Chiefs on the 26th of July in the Toyota Cup. It's going to be very, very competitive with the players coming from Namibia and some of the players coming from the PSL, and also Zimbabwe producing great players from the grassroots soccer. So looking in the past few years, the other interesting part about the Zimbabwean Premier League, the Zimbabwe COSAFA Premier Soccer League, is that in the past 4 years or so, it has not been won by one team. I mean, we look into the 2022. So Zimbabwean Soccer League is unlike other soccer league where it will be 2022, 2023. No. Their league finishes in November. It starts early in the year and finishes in November. So when you look into the 2022, it was FC Platinum that won that league. And it was 2023, then Ngezi Platinum FC. And 2024, it was 2024. It would be Simbabora. And in 2025, it was, of course, Scotland FC. Now, I can tell you that from the look of things, I mean, Scotland FC is currently number one, and they've got highly experienced players, great players, the Musonas of this world, the Kamapilas of this world. So Scotland FC, for me, I see Scotland FC winning the league again in Zimbabwe. I see Scotland FC winning the league again in Zimbabwe. I wonder if the very same Scotland FC will surprise Kaizer Chiefs and beat Kaizer Chiefs in the Toyota Cup. We'll see to that. But they are definitely, for me, winning that that particular cup, that particular league there in Zimbabwe. For Namibia, I believe that African stars are not going to be disturbed unless really something really happens with some of the teams, including the team Iyashoke Chula Chula. Ladies and gentlemen, around and around, this is Soccer 360. That is how we see the Zimbabwean Premier League and the Namibian Premier League. Till then, keep on keeping on. Tada.